Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Polly's Panda-tastic Puzzle Party. Enjoy it! Once upon a time, in the cozy town of Willowville, lived a girl named Polly. Polly was a curious and adventurous 8-year-old with bright blue eyes and a smile that could light up the whole town. She loved solving puzzles and riddles, and she was always up for a new challenge. One sunny morning, as Polly was enjoying her breakfast of fluffy pancakes with maple syrup, a peculiar envelope caught her eye on the kitchen table. It was decorated with playful pandas and colorful confetti, and it had her name written on it in elegant, swirling letters. "Polly, dear," called her mother from the living room, "could you come here for a moment?" Polly rushed to her mother, the envelope clutched tightly in her hand. "Look, Mom. I found this on the table. It's addressed to me." Her mother smiled and took the envelope from her. "Well, let's see what it says." Together, they opened the envelope and found a shiny golden ticket inside. Printed on it were the words, "You're invited to Polly's Panda-tastic Puzzle Party." Polly's eyes widened with excitement. A puzzle party? How wonderful! Her mother read the invitation aloud. "Join us for an afternoon of fun, games, and mind-bending puzzles. Date, Saturday, 2 p.m. Location, Willowville Park." Polly couldn't contain her joy. "I've never been to a puzzle party before. Who could have sent this invitation?" Her mother shrugged, equally puzzled. "I'm not sure, dear. But it sounds like a delightful adventure." Polly nodded eagerly. "I can't wait to solve all the puzzles and meet the mystery host." With her heart racing and a big smile on her face, Polly began to prepare for the puzzle party of a lifetime. Little did she know, this was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey filled with friendship, laughter, and maybe even a few surprises along the way. The days leading up to the puzzle party were filled with anticipation and excitement for Polly. She spent every spare moment practicing her puzzle-solving skills, determined to impress whoever had invited her to the mysterious event. On the morning of the party, Polly woke up early, her mind buzzing with excitement. She quickly got dressed in her favorite blue dress adorned with tiny pandas and slipped on her comfiest sneakers. After a hearty breakfast, she grabbed her backpack filled with notebooks, pencils, and her trusty magnifying glass, just in case she needed it for any tricky clues. As she made her way to Willowville Park, Polly couldn't help but feel a flutter of nerves mixed with excitement. What kinds of puzzles would await her? Who else would be there? And most importantly, who was the mystery host behind it all? When she arrived at the park, she was greeted by the sight of colorful balloons, tables laden with snacks, and children running around with joyous laughter. Polly's eyes lit up at the sight, and she couldn't wait to dive into the puzzle-filled festivities. She spotted a group of children gathered around a table covered in papers and thoughtfully scratching their heads over a tricky puzzle. With a grin, Polly joined them, eager to lend a hand. Together, they worked through the puzzle, laughing and chatting as they pieced together the clues. As the afternoon went on, Polly found herself hopping from one puzzle station to the next, eagerly solving riddles, decoding secret messages, and unraveling brain teasers with her newfound friends. Each challenge brought them closer together, and Polly felt a warm sense of camaraderie fill her heart. But as the sun began to set and the party drew to a close, Polly realized that there was still one puzzle left unsolved, the mystery of the party's host. She glanced around the park, searching for any clues that might lead her to the elusive figure behind the invitation. Just when she was about to give up hope, she spotted a figure standing by the park's entrance, watching the festivities with a smile. It was a tall woman with twinkling eyes and a mischievous grin, none other than Mrs. Pandy, the town's beloved librarian and puzzle enthusiast. Polly's eyes widened in surprise and delight. "Mrs. Pandy, you're the mystery host?" Mrs. Pandy chuckled and nodded. Guilty as charged, my dear. I couldn't resist the chance to host a puzzle party for the wonderful children of Willowville. Polly beamed at her. Thank you for such a fantastic party, Mrs. Pandy. I had the best time ever. Mrs. Pandy winked. The pleasure was all mine, Polly. But remember, the real magic of a puzzle party lies not in the puzzles themselves, but in the friendships we make along the way. With a warm hug from Mrs. Pandy and a heart full of joy, Polly said goodbye to her new friends and headed home, already looking forward to the next adventure that awaited her in the charming town of Willowville. The following week, Polly couldn't stop thinking about the incredible puzzle party she had attended at Willowville Park. The memory of solving puzzles, making new friends, and uncovering the mystery of Mrs. Pandy's secret identity filled her with happiness. Determined to keep the spirit of the puzzle party alive, Polly decided to host her very own puzzle-solving extravaganza in her backyard. She invited all the friends she had made at the party, along with some of her classmates and neighbors. With colorful decorations, homemade snacks, and an array of challenging puzzles, Polly's backyard was transformed into a magical puzzle paradise. From word searches to scavenger hunts to logic puzzles, there was something for everyone to enjoy. As the afternoon sun shone down on Polly and her friends, they laughed, chatted, and worked together to crack each puzzle. And just like at the puzzle party, they discovered that the real joy lay not in solving the puzzles themselves, but in the bonds of friendship they formed along the way. As the day drew to a close and the last puzzle was solved, Polly looked around at her smiling friends and felt a warm glow of happiness in her heart. She realized that no matter where life took her, she would always cherish the memories of her panda-tastic puzzle adventures and the friends who had shared them with her. With a contented sigh, Polly hugged her friends tightly and whispered, "Thank you for making today so special. I'll never forget it." And as they said their goodbyes and headed home, Polly knew that, just like the puzzles she loved to solve, life was full of unexpected twists and turns, but as long as she had her friends by her side, she would always find her way to happiness. And so, dear reader, whether you're solving puzzles, making new friends, or embarking on your own adventures, remember that the true magic lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. And may your days be filled with as much joy and laughter as Polly's panda-tastic puzzle party. The end. I hope you enjoy listening to Polly's panda-tastic puzzle party.